Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the remainder of January and going into February. We're just going to do one big reading for both months. I was breaking them up into two, but we only have like 6 days left of January. I waited to do your reading until today because this Aquarius new moon is going to change things, change the way that you have been seeing things. Because all of that stuff that happened in Capricorn, the way that it affected you in a way where you shut down, right? And maybe not even like, you may not have even realized that you shut down, but the reason why you probably have shut down in certain ways is because of all of the karma that just sort of piled on top of you, like all of the lessons, everything that's sort of been hanging over your head for 2019, let's just say most of the year, sort of came to a head in January, maybe even the end of December. And maybe this has been years in the making and not just 1 year. But the feelings of doubt, the feelings of not being good enough, the feelings of, I know that I have to change something in my life, and I know that it has to start with me. And it's very hard for earth signs to admit that their surroundings do not define them. Cannot define. You know what I mean? It's like, earth sign surroundings, like that equals safety for us, right? When it comes to an earth sign, feeling safe, secure, and comfortable, your surroundings, that's life for an earth sign. And when your surroundings are safe, but there's still turmoil going on within you, you have to start to redefine what safety really means. And here we are. So allowing yourself, and see, that's the thing, is there may have been really big things that happened to you, or there may have been really small things that happened to you. But when it all comes down to it, it's defining how you see things in a different way, and defining how, like, am I going to continue to live my life in this miserable way over and over and over again, year after year after year, or am I going to let myself really see the potential of what I can create? And maybe it won't be perfect, but at least I'm doing it, you know? So that's sort of like where we land, okay? So this new moon will bring a lot of opportunities for you to start manifesting again. But I guarantee you, if you're manifesting from a place of pain and sadness and hurt, I mean, so it's very hard. When I do readings, it's easy for me to remove my emotions from a reading. But when I'm very connected to the sign that I'm reading for, it just is overwhelming. The emotions, like this, just this card coming out, I just want to, like, I feel the pain. It's hard and it hurts. Don't make me have to pause this to pull myself together. Don't do this to me, you guys. You can't. Okay, so moving on. Whew, Three of Swords, moving on. So, recovery from the Three of Swords, you know, and when a Taurus is in a Three of Swords state, you guys just shut down. Like, you just do. When you're this broken and this bound and this hurt, you don't want anybody else to be in your space, because if anybody else is in your space, you're easily triggered. Like, you can be triggered very easily. You know, I'm shaking. Let's take a deep breath. There we go. Yeah, and it's crucial for it to happen. You know, it's crucial for the Tower to show up after a Three of Swords, because things cannot stay the same. And sometimes in this moment, when things cannot stay the same, we have to accept that this Tower is bringing that needed change to us. And then we have the Three of Cups. Now, for some of you, that means that you're in a third-party situation relationship, and either you just found out that you are a part of the third party and it sort of crumbled, or you were the third party and you knew that you were the third party and the person that you were with decided to, either you decided to break it off or they decided to break it off. Either way, it's very painful. Now, if this doesn't have to do with relationships and you're not in a third party when it comes to romance and relationships that way, this could be that you're having to release very close friends of yours, or realizing that the group of friends that you've had for a very long time, or the family support and everybody that you've had for a very long time, there's something that's breaking apart here, you know, whether it's your support system that you always counted on, but it had to happen. And the reason why this release, this final purge and final release, because maybe this happened in 2019, but this Saturn and Pluto conjunction just amplified it, you know? So now as we move from this, because Saturn and Pluto conjunction is still happening right now, and the crumbling could still be occurring, and everything is still sort of like up in the air, and what are we doing, and how are we doing it? Aquarius season is weird. Pisces season is going to get weirder with that Mercury retrograde. We have to, and that's going to be in your friend zone, especially if you're a Taurus rising. It's almost as if this is it's showing you who is for you and who is against you, who has been for you all along and who's been against you, but you weren't necessarily seeing it. And now, because you have created this full cup just for you with the Ace of Cups, you gave yourself that opportunity to fill up your own cup. You gave yourself that opportunity to realize how much you truly love yourself and how much you truly deserve. Now you can give back to yourself. Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Two of Wands. So now there's a decision, right? Probably towards the middle of February, as we move into Pisces season, this decision, you know, comes about on, I feel like this decision is probably choosing between you and a group of friends, or choosing you and whatever relationship threesome this is happening here. It's like you're choosing your best practices. I think that's what that Two of Wands is. So let's just see. Let's just take a deep breath. Okay. Close your eyes if you need to. Don't close your eyes if you're driving. I know some people like to listen to me on their drive home. I used to do that a lot. Now I have to listen to Green Day because my 6-year-old wants me to listen to Green Day. So that's what we do. Three of Swords. So it's time to heal it. It's time for you to, and the way that you heal it is you allow yourself to completely fall to pieces. You allow yourself, your old self, to burn down with death. On the Three of Swords, you end the relationship. And in ending that relationship with that person, you regain respect. And that's the Phoenix rising from the ashes with the Death card on the Three of Swords. So that's your Tower moment. You realizing that, wow, it really is over. Now, you could be dealing with the Scorpio since we have death and the Tower. But, oh no, the Tower is definitely, you are feeling it. It's that moment when you realize everything that you thought you always wanted. So we have the Hierophant, right? But this Tower moment is crucial for your truth, your evolution and your truth and your growth. And here I go again with the tears. And like, it just is. This Tower is to create that momentum for, look at this Hierophant card. There's like a staircase here to a tree in the stars. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Did I show you the cards that I'm using? I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. The recognition that this Tower is bringing your truth into your life. And you know, you've probably known your truth already. Very wise Taurus friend said to me yesterday. I think it was yesterday. All my days are kind of mushed together right now. He said something about me always being able to like get up in his brain, get up in his mind, get up in his brain. But he knows that it's the truth that he needed to hear. Whether he wanted to hear it or not is another story. But he knew that in that moment in time is that kind of, that aha moment. That's what I'm talking about. And that aha moment creates a shift and momentum for you, for your evolution and your growth and your happiness and abundance. Screw evolution and growth. Let's be happy and joyful. You know, like, I mean, when you're happy, and see what I mean? 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands on the 3 of Cups. You're better than this. You're better than being on the shelf. You're better than being second best. You know, 6 of Wands is that victory over all circumstances. And you created it with the Ace of Cups. The momentum was created, but you could not have gotten there had it not been for the shift, the Tower shift, and you realizing how much you truly deserve and how long you've been holding yourself back. And you've probably been holding yourself back because a long, long time ago, somebody told you that you couldn't do something or you weren't lovable, right? When you've been programmed to believe that you're a certain way, that's the wound, right? If you were programmed as a child to believe that you were unlovable, of course you're going to settle for being second best. Of course and I only say that because I've been that person in my life. I settled for a lot of things I shouldn't have settled for a very long time because I didn't see my own worth. And then when I had that Tower moment and it was like, oh, light bulb, right? And then I learned the joy. So here's the Queen of Swords. You could have an air sign in your life, or you could have air yourself in your chart. But the Queen of Swords on the Ace of Cups, either somebody is providing, to me, if the Ace of Cups is coming from another person, there's like an unconditional guidance and love coming from that person. I know a lot of readers read the Ace of Cups as a new relationship, and that could very well be. Maybe you are finally healing from whatever this situation was up here, and now you found yourself in a new relationship. I think that giving back to yourself, but probably created that attraction, right? Like you finally loving on yourself probably created an attraction to somebody else. The other side of this could be that you're the Queen of Swords if you've got air in your chart, or you're just allowing yourself to be very discerning and paying attention to your emotions and not getting yourself super worked up over, like, not reacting, right? Not reacting in a negative way. You're allowing yourself to see everything with love. If this Queen of Swords is somebody that is close to you, the guidance that they're giving you is like, I would be your Queen of Swords, basically. You see? So it could be an air sign. It could just be a really good friend giving some awesome advice. And, you know, kudos to Aquarius season for that really awesome, friendly advice that you probably need in this moment. So if you've got a good friend that's trying to give you advice and you're not wanting to listen to it, here's your sign. Listen, listen. 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck. The 10 of Swords. And maybe this Ace of Cups on the Queen of Swords is like, this is somebody that you would like to like give your love to as well. But you also know that you've had to completely heal from another situation before you can do this. Or you're realizing, oh, wow, I've got to allow myself to heal from this so that I can move forward in my future, right? If you have feelings for an air sign or somebody who has a lot of air in their chart. The moon on the 6 of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck is the 10 of Swords. I don't know if I showed that to you. And I don't want you to be, I know these all look very scary, but this is like energy, like the Tower and the 3 of Swords, that's stuff that you're leaving behind. That's the stuff that had to come up with the Saturn and Pluto conjunction. And now we're moving past that. We're moving into an easier time space, okay? The 10 of Swords is not a scary energy, okay? I don't want you to freak out about all of these, because please don't comment about how negative this reading is. I'm trying to like show you guys that this is actually really, really good for you, okay? I know emotions are hard for Tauruses. I get it. I understand. And I am so coddling you guys right now. It's ridiculous. Oh, it makes me want to throw up when I coddle people, by the way. I can't. Okay. Let's come back. The moon on the 6 of Pentacles. Listen, guys. I am not a fan of getting emotional in front of people either. I understand. I feel your pain. It's like literally physically painful for me to cry in front of somebody because I get lumps in my throat and I ugly cry and it's horrible. But when you are self-care time, right? And let the Aquarius new moon and the Leo full moon guide you through all of this. Okay? Because as we go through February, giving back to yourself, the moon on the 6 of Pentacles, this is the self-care that you need. And it's not just about going to the spa, you guys. It's not just about making your favorite food and having a night in. Like, it's not just about that. That's all fantastic and wonderful. Please have a spa night to yourself and make your favorite dinner. Like, do that for yourself. But during that time and every single time during the day outside of that, I want you speaking to yourself in a kind way. I want my voice to come in your head and say how amazing and fantastic and spectacular of a person you are. And that you deserve abundance, that your birthright is to be abundant and happy. That's the kind of self-care I want to see. Because getting honest with yourself right now after what you guys went through is very, very real. And if you want to give your love away to somebody else, especially when you regard them, you know, or you have such high regard for them, you need to be able to express yourself and be vulnerable to be honest, that's what it is. It's the vulnerability. It's the surrendering to that. The Queen of Wands on the Two of Wands. Excuse me. So, if you have a decision to make about a fire sign, or if maybe that's who this person was up here, and you're still trying to decide what to do with this fire sign, I feel like the answers are going to come to you. I think it's ending. And the Two of Pentacles is here too. But I don't want, like, me saying that to you, I don't want you to get up in your head and be like, oh my God, I'm going to have that conversation. I'm going to have to do that now, ... I need you to not plan the way the conversation is going to go, or the way that, and this could be with somebody at work. This could be the relationship we were talking about up here. This could be a parent, a sibling. I don't care. But you don't want this lingering on your conscience as we go more into 2020, because this would be that karmic pattern that keeps coming back to you over and over and over again, or karmic person that keeps coming back to you, and you come to me and you're like, Betsy, I don't know why this person's energy is still with me. And I'm like, did you do the cord cutting? Did you have that conversation? Did you actually end it, or is it still open-ended, or is there still energy between the two of you? There are reasons why we feel blocked with other people's energies. Sometimes it's just as easy as grounding yourself on a daily basis, right? But this Two of Pentacles and Ten of Swords is saying the more you vacillate over this decision, what to do with the Queen of Wands, the more you go over it time and time, the more you're going to dig yourself, like you're going to take yourself down that rabbit hole of lies and exhaustion. And oh my God, what if I say this and it goes wrong? Like, please don't. Please, and if you want to wait until after Mercury retrograde, wait until March if you have to. Like, wait until Aries season to have the conversation if you have to. But don't sit in it all through February. Mercury retrograde might bring it up for you. And if that's the case, then yeah, get it off your chest. But if you have to leave it until March, I would highly recommend not having a conversation during Mercury retrograde at this caliber. Because I feel like this is the person that had this wound, right? And there's the Eight of Swords here and the Ten of, like, you're burdening yourself that there's going to be this huge argument with the fire sign, okay? So don't, just because Betsy said that there's going to be a conversation coming up during Mercury retrograde does not mean that you plant that into your brain and it sticks forever and ever, amen, okay? Like, that's not what that means. It's not going to happen. But I do honestly, like, I feel like this purge that you've had and all of this shifting and changing and evolutionary energy with this Uranus transit in your sign, it hasn't been easy. But you know what? You guys are really taking it much more gracefully than I feel like I would. And kudos to that, because, or like, you know, congratulations. I don't know what I would do with this Saturn and Pluto conjunction trining that Uranus. I can't imagine with Jupiter there. No, I can't imagine. So don't be hard on yourself. Really, really don't be hard on yourself. And if you need to do meditations with us, I do meditations weekly. If you become a member of the channel, you have automatic access to those meditations. You can join below. Just hit the button below and join. You also have access to extendeds with membership, and there will be exclusive lives that you'll have access to. So that's fun if you want to do that. I would love to have you there. It's going to be a blast. And, the workshop replays are still available if you did not get a chance to take any of the self-alignment workshop replays. You guys, they're cheaper than a reading. It's 2 hours. And actually, if you get both of the workshops, it's 4 hours of my time helping you feel joy. And it might really help you during this energetic time. Of course, you can get readings with me. I'm doing astrology readings as well. And so if you want to get like your birthday reading, or not birthday reading, but your full natal chart reading, you can get a mini one. You can get a love one. You can get a work and purpose. There's all sorts of stuff. check that out on my website, fearlessintuition.net. Come hang out with me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I love you guys so much. I can't believe I almost started crying during your reading. But that just shows you how much I absolutely adore you guys. And it's hard to see the Three of Swords come out for people that you love so dearly. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful February. I will see you for the love readings in February. Bye.